Today we're going to be taking a look at two new molds from Finish Line Discs. So we got the Chicane, otherwise known as the Matthew McConaughey, and then the Sector. The Chicane is basically a zone clone, and the Sector is kind of a super straight mid-range. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Oh! Oh! I've been throwing both of these for the last month or so, kind of on and off, really testing them out. Really been enjoying the Chicane, and honestly, I was pleasantly surprised with the Sector.
There's three keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all three to do this disc sport.
I've known about these two molds for quite a while. Drew got the testers last winter when I was living in Arizona with him. And honestly, the Sector I was never really that excited about, being such a big Buzzz SS guy. And obviously the Buzzz exists as well, so a super straight mid-range, although flies great, I was just like, whatever. The Chicane, on the other hand, I've always had a love-hate relationship with the zone, so I always love a new zone option. The Sector really surprised me. Some of you guys may know I've been working on some form stuff, some grip stuff lately, just, off season, little tweaks, changes here and there. And the thing that, honestly, when I first got the Sectors, I didn't like is that they were kind of deep, like deeper than a Buzzz SS. But then I was working with this grip where it's pretty much my modified, like, fan, pinch, I don't know what you want to call it nowadays. But before, what I was doing is I was having this finger, the pinky, kind of like flared out just like that. Very natural feeling grip. And then I moved it to where it's a little more curled under, like that. And I felt like I was getting a lot of snap out of that. I felt like it was getting my mid-ranges to generate a little bit further. But sometimes with a more shallow disc, it felt a little weird, I don't know. And then I got the Sectors in hand, felt in that grip, and I was like, these feel literally amazing. So both the Chicane and the Sector both come in the composite and forged plastics. So you kind of got your S blend, you got your C blend. They feel really good. This specific blend of plastic from Finish Line might be some of the most premium plastic on the market, which I was so pleasantly surprised by. A lot of the Finish Line OG plastic feels amazing, and then they went through this phase where it was a little lower quality, beat in a little bit faster, but this stuff, it feels so good. As of now, I haven't noticed a flight difference. They seem relatively similar. These ones might be a little bit more domey, just slightly. The yellow one was definitely the domiest, but overall, they feel amazing. So as you can probably tell, like, these discs fly very neutral, very straight. They're gonna have a little bit of fade. If you're a lower arm speed, honestly, they'll probably have a pretty nice consistent fade for you. But more or less, they're just that dead straight, little fade, like perfect mid-range flight for most people. Much more stable than a Supra. And I'm not a big Supra fan. I don't really like how they feel. I think they're low glide and kind of understable, so I don't think you get much out of them. Never been a big fan of that disc. These are a much better version, in my opinion. It's not supposed to be the same disc, but if I'm picking a Finish Line mid, I'm picking the Sector. So when I first felt the prototype of the Chicane, I feel like it was a little bit lower profile. It felt a lot more similar to an A5, and then when they actually got them out to us in both plastics, they felt a little bit deeper. Now, not necessarily a bad thing on a backhand, but if I'm being completely honest, I haven't loved these on a forehand recently. It might be partly due to the fact that my forehand has honestly felt bad with every disc recently, so that just doesn't help. But these came out board flat. Once again, in some of the best feeling plastic I've felt in a while. This one specifically I've been bagging, pretty much since the MVP challenge. It's gotten me some birdies, that is for sure, and it has flown really nice. And then these ones in the forged plastic, they're a little grippier. If you're familiar with the modern forged plastics, this is a much more premium blend of forged, which I am very happy about. These feel like your classic, like, star, just blend plastic in a nice zone disc. I really enjoy the flight of the zone, especially recently it's grown on me. But I will say I've never been a big fan of Discraft plastic. I don't necessarily think it's bad. I just think it doesn't have much grip for at least the whatever my hands are, and you know how I like to get grip on a disc. It doesn't do it for me, but I kind of deal with it because, you know, when you got some good zones, it can be a money disc. But I've really been enjoying these frisbees. Like, they just seem to be so true. They're also a little more overstable than I was expecting. Honestly, I was expecting more of that pushy A5, you know, Zone SS slot, and for me, right at sea level, so everything should be flying pretty true. They're kind of stable, like kind of overstable, honestly. Not beefcakes by any means, but a lot more stability to these than I was expecting. Did not give that any height, but you can still see right at the end, it had a nice little fade. We'll get this one a little bit higher. Once again, with the plastics, I haven't seen any difference in terms of flight, but I do feel like these ones, the forged, are a little lower profile. Just my thoughts. See, you can really give them a nice smack. Obviously, I throw pretty natural on hyzer, so maybe someone with a natural flat release is going to get them to push a little bit more. But I've just been really enjoying them. Get them on that push over. Beauty. All right, let's hit the links. 230 feet, dead straight, a little bit of fade. I don't know what's going on because the sun is like shining today. You probably can't tell back here. But the wind is absolutely whipping right now. Matthew McConaughey. Missed that. Oh, good flight though. I will say, if anything, maybe the forged ones hold a touch straighter. I also think just based on the plastic, they're gonna beat up a little bit faster to kind of get that seasoned zone. Come on. Oh, I do feel like if you release them flat, they hold that straight push, but then you're gonna get that consistent fade. I do think, honestly, other than the Era, which I think is just a fantastic control driver, I think these are the best two finish line molds they've come out with. That being said, if the Daytona and the Interval get ran in this plastic, we might have something. Miss it. Oh! Oh. So here's a question for you guys. Obviously, I could be out here today. I could have brought a Buzzz or Buzzz SS. I could have brought some zones. I could have compared them. And, you know, that's what most videos would be. But sometimes with some discs, I kind of think like, the zone exists. If you want to throw it, throw it. But there's also a ton of other options. If you want to try those, try those. And with the chicane and the sector, it's kind of like, yeah, are they similar? 100%. But at the same time, it's just like, if you want to try a new option, pick one up, try one. Speaking of, I think they're available on the 29th, probably only at Infinite, maybe some other retailers. I'm not sure. Power Grip doesn't carry any finish line. But it's one of the things where I don't necessarily know if every disc needs to be compared to its comparison, you know, because they're all pretty much the same. It's just, hey, what company do you want to support? What plastic do you want to throw? But I've been enjoying these so far. If you pick one up, let me know what you think. Looks like they moved some pins around out here. 222, dead straight. Gonna go with a couple forehands, a couple backhands. This will be nice. I do think if I'm gonna forehand any of them, I probably forehand the forged, just because they're a touch lower profile. I really think they are. A little short. I also threw that kind of straight into the ground. See how this one goes. Gotta go right behind that gap. Yeah. I guess before we get too far, here's a side profile of Matthew McConaughey. Very zone-ish. I don't know, not much of a difference. Here's the sector, which is pretty different actually. Kind of like a low wing with like the bevel on there. So not at all like a Buzzz. But really good feeling disc. If you like beadless, but you like a little bit deeper, this is a really nice mid-range. Trying to hit it with that flex backhand. Throwing them straight into the ground, guys. Still parked though, gosh. Good problem to have, I guess, huh? Here, we'll go flex backhand a little higher. See, that's got some honesty to it. She'll fade out for sure. I think I just aced the other pin position if that one was still in. Let's go straight at it. Love it. Hyzer, go in the hole. Yup, ching it. Oh! I like that. Did it. Too high. No? Oh! That one seems a little flippy. Interesting. I just want to get an ace on camera where you can actually see it, guys. Frickin' rip them in there. So hole number 8 out here, it's like 198 feet, but it's probably one of the hardest birdies on the course just because the slope with all the roots, you get a lot of rollaways. A couple Matthew McConaughey forehands, a couple backhands with the sectors. Oh, come on. Short. This one's chain seeking. Let's see if we can hit it. Probably one of the trickier backhand lines out here. Oh, stay stable, go in the hole. I did it. 2 chain outs with the sector? I don't know if you can really call that a chain out because it wasn't very close to, it wasn't gonna stick, but it did hit the chains. All right, another sector. Come on, dude, these things are straight. Stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up, stay up. Oh! Oh! So as you can see, the sector goes really straight. It feels good, you get a good spin on it. I like the depth of the disc. It's one of them things where, man, I have such a hard time with like these straight mid-rangers because they're all good. Like there's none of them that are bad. But it's more of just like, do you want, you know, I'm a mold minimalism guy. And I like to just have like Buzzz S, you know, kind of similar disc. I don't like having like the random outlier. But man, the sector, the plastic feels so good. If I so straight, it's really like giving me an issue in my brain here because, man, I don't know. It just feels so nice. Obviously, we got to try and ching up the chain out. Yup. Oh, you. 240, nice little turnover here. Plays pretty good for like the stable, like pan out flex shot. Let's try that. Oh, a little too much fight. That's the forged Chicane, Matthew McConaughey. Let's go with the sector. This would probably be perfect. I feel like it slipped. Oh, what did that hit? All right, another flex shot with the chicane. Get under the trees. Why am I so bad at this shot today? Usually I dial this thing. You guys want to see something funny? I'll try and forehand one of these. They do feel horrible in forehand grip for me. Too deep. Oh. I mean, I'm nasty though, so it doesn't matter, but... There it is. No, what the hell? Off the tree? Huh? Well guys, there you have it. The official look at the finish line sector in both forged and, what the fuck is the other plastic? Composite. Forged and composite sector and Matthew McConaughey. Pretty nice Frisbees. I enjoy them. I think they feel really nice. This plastic right now, better than ever. So I'm excited for these. I'm excited to work in this chicane a little bit more, see how it beats up. But right now, just out here chucking them, and they're feeling pretty good, fresh off the shelf. So somehow this forehand went the furthest and probably the best shot, which blows my mind. Thanks for watching, guys. That's gonna do it. Chicane sector, available 29th, pretty sure. Infinite disc, probably the spot to go grab them. They're nice. If you grab one, let me know what you think of it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Creator of Frisbee Club, motherfuckers.
The man, the myth.
And right here, I have a Frisbee bag. It holds all my Frisbees, the ones I like.